Welcome to Hours In. This time we're looking at the quaint experience that is Lumbearjack. Developed by Finalboss Games and published by Armor Games. Additional information on Lumbearjack, such as its typical retail price, can be found in the description of this video. You may have noticed that despite only having 2 hours of gameplay, this video has been marked as complete. That's no mistake. Lumbearjack is a bit of a short experience. At a little over 2 hours in, I did indeed get to the end credits. But let's roll back a bit and focus on the beginning. In Lumbearjack, we play as a bear named Jack, who with the help from his animal friends, aims to retake the forest from the appropriately named Evil Corporation, while saving the planet along the way. The controls are simple. Move Jack using WASD, rotate the camera with either Q or E, or by moving the mouse, and swing the axe with either spacebar or by left-clicking. On PC with mouse and keyboard, obviously. Oh, and you can zoom the camera by holding either Shift or the middle mouse. Once we leave our house with our axe in hand, we get our first taste of environmental bear-orism. Basically, we just smash the heck out of everything that doesn't belong in the forest, including people, actually. You can literally slap sense into any of the evil people you find. Don't worry about hitting something you shouldn't with your axe either. It doesn't seem to affect the other animals, and once a person takes their first beating, Jack just kinda gives them a pat to let them know that they'll be okay now. Once you've cleaned up enough of a small area, that patch of damaged forest will start to heal. Once you've healed enough, the whole level will start to heal itself, and the path forward will open up. As you go along too, you'll also find these hidden bear traps that you can break as a sort of completionist collectible. Neither here nor there, I just thought I'd mention it now. It's not all that simple though. Quickly we start to run into objects that will not smash no matter how many times we swing the axe at them. Luckily our bird friend can help us with that. All the broken down bits of things that we've been smashing can actually be recycled into upgrades for our axe, and whatever else we might be using, more on that later. Once you have enough, an animation will play, and the bird will call out to you. Head to the bird's little makeshift workbench to upcycle the debris into an improved tool. Now that we have a slightly bigger axe, we can start dismantling some things that we couldn't before. There may be some objects that are still too big for us to take apart, but it's okay. All we have to do is collect more recyclable material from all the new things that we can break, and the bird will help us make the axe even bigger. That's the basics of gameplay in a nutshell. However, it's in the search for more things to smash that the sort of puzzle elements start to pop up. Sometimes the polluting machines we have to destroy are out of reach, and we have to find ways to either decommission them from afar or find ways to get within swinging distance. An example. Here we have to control this piece of construction equipment in order to set up a makeshift ramp. By whacking one of 2 computers, we can either rotate the bucket or raise and lower it. If we swing the bucket to be over our teetering piece of wood, then drop it, the weight causes our makeshift ramp to take shape. That's just a pretty basic one to give you the idea, but throughout the game they expand on this sort of idea a little bit more. Speaking of expanding on ideas, it turns out that swinging the axe isn't all Jack can do. He can swing golf clubs, swing tennis rackets, and surf on turtles. I will say that the tennis racket levels were some of my least favorites, but I still had fun. The golf club and tennis racket levels usually involve hitting bombs so that they fly into whatever we want to demolish, instead of hitting it directly like with the axe. I hesitate to say too much more about this game since it really is such a short experience, and it's free on the Epic Store this week. This week being August 1st through 7th, 2024. I really did enjoy it. It had a nice message and cute animation. It sort of reminded me of a game that was given out for free previously called Àlvaro. While Lumbearjack isn't as good as Àlvaro, I certainly think that it's not a bad way to spend an hour or two. Would I buy it at its typical retail price though? Probably not. While it is less than 20 Canadian dollars at full price, I just don't think there's enough there for me to justify making the purchase. That said though, there was some really interesting ideas here, and I'd really like to see the next game that Finalboss comes out with. Thank you so much for watching. I know this video is a bit on the shorter side, but the game, as I say, is a bit on the shorter side as well. Remember to get those free Epic games every week, and I hope to see you in the next video. You've been watching Hours In.